Chapter 2, Section 4, Writing Linear Equations. So we have 2 days of this, 2 different days of notes. So the first day we're going to write equation of a line given the slope and the point of the line. And then the next set of notes will be dealing with parallel and perpendicular lines. So hopefully this is review. Again, slope-intercept form. We have y equals mx plus b. So we need 2 things in order to write it in this slope-intercept form. We need to know the slope and intercept, and this is going to be the y-intercept. Okay, so our slope is our m, y-intercept is the b value in that equation. So what if I'm given an line, a graph? How do I write that equation? Well, again, I need those 2 parts. So I need the m and I need the b. It doesn't really matter which one you find first. Again, b is the easiest because I have the y-intercept, y-axis right here. I just go up and down and find that intersection point, which is right there. So b in this case is -3. Now, what's nice is now I can use that point and trace my line up or down to find my next point, which is here. And now I can count. Rise and run. So 2 over 1, or just 2. And then I can use this information now to write my equation. So y equals 2x minus 3. Now, no double signs here, so I do not want 2x plus -3. This is not going to happen, okay? I'm going to take points off if you have it. No double signs. It's either a plus or a minus. So just whatever our slope is, in this case it's minus, that's what our equation is in our equation, okay? Same thing in letter B, need my slope, and I need my y-intercept, my b. So again, finding that y-intercept easy there, tracing that y-axis down. Now I have a +3, and then again I can trace this graph to find the next best point, and we're going to go here, and again I can count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 3. So 5 over 3. Again, this line is positive. Again, if you're doing the slope with the lines, the negative and the positives with the up and down, I'd have a -5 and a -3, and the 2 negatives would then make it a positive as well. So 5 over 3 is my slope, b is +3, and then I can write my equation, y equals 5/3 x plus 3. Point slope formula. So we have a point slope formula, okay? If you're given the slope and a point on that line, okay, we can use what we call this point slope formula right here. x1, y1 are just a point, the point that's given, okay? So it's a point given, and m is still the slope. So let's take a look here. We're going to do 2 different methods, and I don't care which one you want to use, but our end result is going to be in this slope-intercept form, okay? So the first method here is going to use point slope and then convert to slope-intercept form. The second method is just going to use slope-intercept form and convert it and solve for it, okay? So again, taking our point xy, plugging it in for my x1, y1 in my equation. So I have y minus, my y value here is 3, equals my slope, 1/2, times x minus x value on my point is 2. So we're going to take our 1/2 to get rid of our parentheses. We're going to distribute it in. So I have 1/2 x, half of -2 is -1. And then we need to solve for y. So we get y by itself. We're going to add 3 to both sides. So then y equals 1/2 x, -1 plus 3 is +2. So here's my equation. Done in slope-intercept form, and I'm finished. Okay. Now, some of you may just want to use the slope-intercept form because you don't want to remember another formula. Okay, that's fine. So slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Same kind of idea. We're going to plug in what we know. We know a y value, which is 3. We know the m is 1/2. We know an x value, which is 2. But we don't know the b value. That's what we're going to solve for. So we're going to solve here first. So multiply half of 2 is 1. Get b by itself. So we're going to subtract 1 on both sides. So 2 equals my b. Now I need to take that b that I solved for, plug it back into my equation to get my final slope-intercept form equation. So y equals 1/2 x. B value is 2, so plus 2. And again, you can see we have the exact same equations, different methods of getting it, and it doesn't matter to me which one you prefer. Okay, whether you use point slope form, convert it down to slope intercept, or if you use slope intercept form, solve for b, plug it back in to get my actual slope intercept form equation. So example 2b says write an equation of a line through 5, -2 with a slope of -3, 5. The final equation must be written in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to do this again in point-slope form. So y minus my y value, which is -2, so that's going to become a +2, equals my slope, -3/5 times x minus x value, which is 5. So now I can distribute this -3/5, so -3/5 x. In this case, the 5's cancel, the two negatives become a positive, and I'm just left with the 3. So y plus 2 comes down. Again, solving for, we're subtract 2 on both sides. So y equals -3/5 x plus 1. There's my equation. Okay. So if you want to see it using the point slope form, I'll do that on this problem. So again, so y equals mx plus b. My y value is -2. M is -3/5. X value is 5 plus b. So we need to solve for that b. Again, when I multiply this, the 5's cancel. It leaves me with a -3 plus b. Add 3 to both sides. So 1 equals my b value. Plug that back in with my slope. Y equals -3/5 x plus 1. And again, you can see the equation's the same. Now, how do I graph this? Starting with our y-intercept, our 1. Y-axis. So here's my y-axis going down, going up, down, find my 1, +1, put my point. From that point, I'm going to use my slope, down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1, 2, 3, over 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my next point. And I can do that again. Down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 5, 1, 2, 4, 5. And here's my next point. And then connecting those big points with my line. Again, use your whole graph, okay, or as much of the graph as you can. Prefer a straight edge. You can actually see what this graph's going to do. Okay. take a minute, pause the video, find the equation. I'm going to help you with the first part of it because we have to find the slope. Okay, so they give us 2 points. So we're going to find the slope together, and then you're going to find the rest of that equation using our method up above. So finding our slope. Who remembers our slope? Well, slope formula, putting in those minuses. Put in those values then. So x in the bottom, 2, -3 on top, -3, 7, and simplify. So -3 minus 7 is -10. 2 plus 3 is 5, and that simplifies to a -2. So my m is -2. Now again, you can use either point. Doesn't matter to me. Whichever point you'd like to use that now. Use our method up above, either the point slope form or slope intercept to figure out what that second equation is, okay? Then graph that equation on your graph and then check your answer here with the video. So your equation should be y equals -2x plus 1. So again, y-axis, 1 is our starting point. Slope is 2, -2. So down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. Again, you can do that as many times as you want. I do it quite a bit up here because it's easier for me to sketch my line with my tool. But again, you only probably don't need 3 or so. If you have a straight edge, then you can use a straight edge to find the rest of them. And there's your graph. Alright, so that is equations, part 1. Okay, you can see the homework down on the right side there, 2-4 worksheet. For later.